Welcome back to NYSE Live. The EB Research Partnership says that it's on a mission to eliminate EB and other rare diseases. NYSE content creator Ashley Mastronardi sat down with EB Research Partnership CEO Michael Hund, as well as 12-year-old Thomas DePalma, who's living with EB. EB is often nicknamed the butterfly disease. Take a listen as to why that is.
EB, those that live with EB are called butterfly children because their skin is often as fragile as a butterfly wings. So EB impacts about 500,000 people in the world, and it's very difficult. You know, those that battle EB can have hours of bandage changes. They can see more than 30 different healthcare providers just for their treatment and care. But the good news, the optimistic news, and maybe one of the few positive things about EB as a rare disease is that it's caused often by one gene mutation. So that gives us hope and that gives us optimism. And our mission is, quite simply put, to accelerate treatments and ultimately find a cure for all those living with EB.
And Thomas, you're living with EB, but before we get into that, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Who are you? What are your hobbies? I understand that you're in the 7th grade, you're 12 years old. Tell me what your life is like.
So I like playing sports like basketball and baseball, but it's like, it impacts me sometimes, but like other times I just feel like a normal kid, like just hanging out with friends and just like going to school and all that normal stuff. But yeah, it's like only difficult sometimes. But.
Okay, and what are some of the challenges? And then also, has it enriched your life in any way? Has it made you more resilient? How has it impacted your life?
It's impacted me in like 2 ways, like good and bad, because I've definitely grown stronger because of it. I've been more resilient to pain, but it's also like slowed me down sometimes, like having to skip games or practices just because I have to listen to my body sometimes. But overall, it's like making me stronger as a person. So.
When you say you listen to your body, what is that like? Is it?
So, it's like whenever I feel like something's just not right, like maybe I feel some pain somewhere, I have to like not risk it and just like take a break, because I know like if I don't, like something really bad might happen.
All right. And Michael, can you explain what venture philanthropy is and how the EB Research Partnership is using that model to help eradicate EB?
Yeah, absolutely, Asha. I mean, first of all, just to acknowledge something that Thomas said, resiliency and strength. And when our mission started, it was a group of families that wanted to save their children's life. We were co-founded along with Jill and Eddie Vedder of the band Pearl Jam, and that resiliency is a big part of what we do, is learning from people like Thomas of what that strength and that courage is and that bravery is. And for us, that meant, not approaching curing a disease like everybody else on the planet had done it. That meant a new approach, a new model, an innovative approach. So, it's very fitting that we're here at the New York Stock Exchange, because many of the companies that grace this stage and ring that bell, they've done something different. They've done something innovative. And we're big believers in that as a charity, 501c3 is a tax status. That's not a business model. So we believe that we ought to run our nonprofit and our mission in the same way that the companies that grace the New York Stock Exchange is. And what that means to us is taking really good business models and applying them to curing a disease. So that means building innovative technology platforms that leverage machine learning and AI. That means incentivizing collaboration. How can we get universities and academics and companies and patients and families to work together? And then really at the middle of that, and a pillar of what we do, is venture philanthropy, which means a lot of medical research organizations write checks and they hope for the best. We're Impatient on behalf of patients. So we believe there's a better model. So, when we started, there was really not a lot of research. There was 2 clinical trials. 10 short years later, we've gone from 2 clinical trials to 50 clinical trials, half of which we've directly funded. We've raised $80 million. We've funded 200 projects in 20 different countries. And every single investment that we make, in essence, is a venture capital investment. So we build equity upside. So if those projects are commercialized, the economics come back to the foundation to fund more research until we cure the disease.